All right, guys. So just giving you a recent update on my previous videos on YouTube. All right, so I'm gonna start with goal. It's not gonna be too long. All right, so basically, we're just gonna run through the breakdowns real quick. All right, so right here, as you see, the last video that I did with saying goal is going to go to all-time highs. Let me just clear my chart and just do it over. All right, so as you can see here, we basically did exactly what I said it would do in regards to going towards the trend line. All right, so at first I had it like this. This is a trend line I had. The MA was acting as a trend line, so I used that, as you can see, right? So yeah, we consolidated the trend line. I just adjusted it a little bit, and you can see we tapped the trend line and we pushed off of it. Also, you can see while I had it here, it was bearish and bullish candle on the weekly, as you can see. Well, hold on. Well, it was bullish yesterday, but it's no longer that. So yeah, currently this is what's happening right now. So we're still in the bearish move. I'm expecting some sort of retracement a bit steeper as it's not holding up at the 38.2. As you can see, it's pushing a bit steeper. I thought that because it's seeing that it's on that resistance, it would have held up nicely, but it didn't. So so far, if you go down to the H4, so we have all these room for it to breed, like come to retrace to make a higher low, right? So currently on the H4. Go down to the H4, as you can see here, this the H4 with a broken structure up here, right? So we had all these low highs being made, a high, a low high, low high, a descending triangle, as you can see here. We had a trend line there that we could have drawn to get down to the nitty gritty. We had a new low, right? So we could know the rules and break the rules, but we can't use a fib until a downtrend has started, right? So as you can see here, we had a 38.2, we made a new low, right? So this was the last low high that we had on the H4, 23.6 is, we had a 30.2, right? 30.2 right here, we made a new low again, right? So the Fibonacci that we did have is from this last low high here to this, right? So as you can see, it was we were still in that bearish mode because in order for us to go back bullish, we needed to break out of this. We kind of did per se. We broke it out of this downtrend channel, but as you can see, we still respected this level of resistance right here, right? So while we respected that level of resistance there, we didn't really do anything much but keep on selling off. As you can see, we're still breaking levels of support. All these levels of support are being broken, you know. So they said the trend is no longer going back into the uptrend, so it seems like we're gonna retrace a bit deeper than the 8.2 and the 50%. So for right now, I didn't really catch the sells because I wasn't really anticipating it, but we could have been selling based off of this resistance here. Yeah, that's gold. So, it's gonna retrace a bit steeper, see where it goes. Possibly down here, you never know. But I'm just gonna keep monitoring it. So that's for gold. As you know, for UJ, we already hit our negative 27. As you can see, this is the same markup that I had from since March 28th, 2000, sorry, March 28th. So, so we would have had, let me just use a new chart. So we would have had a new high that was made, as you can see. So we hit the negative 27. So there's a possibility that price can go to TP2 also. But obviously, when you hit your first target, you move your fib, right? So right now, bypassing all these areas here because all this move was a part of this push to make the daily high, right? So now that we have a high up here, we could use the new fib. So the new fib is actually right here. There was a small pullback, nothing too serious, but I still have in mind that I can still use my, let me just show you real quick. I can still use this fib here because TP2 is expected to be hit also, which is up here, 61.8, negative 61.8, which is TP2. So it's still a possibility for it to go a bit higher. So it's just, waiting game to see what happens, but I am expecting a downtrend to happen soon. Once price breaks a level of support, which is going to be the last high low right here, right? So once that is broken, then we can go into the downtrend. With that being said, the H4MA will start to cross and, we'll start that downtrend. And if you look at the daily, we have a nice channel here, trend line here. You can also look at the weekly, see the weekly is acting as a trend line, so price can definitely come back to this channel, this trend line here also, to see what is possible. You know, coming back to this level of resistance also. Not too sure where it is on the fib. Let's see. Again, you can use your sub fibs within this, but I don't, because I'm looking at the high time frame projection. So currently, as I said, it's doing price action within this. As you can see here, it's doing these areas of higher like this. We're doing all that, but all this was a part of the one push. You look at on a weekly, clear that on a weekly. That is all that one push to make the daily high, right? So I'm expecting some sort of sell-off to hit a PRC level, which is the fib that we do have, which is here. You know what I'm saying? So that's for UJ. For another pair, let's look at US30. Right, so US30, as we said, I did a recent breakdown on US30, which you would have had my structure would have broken on the daily, the weekly and the monthly are bullish. Daily would have broken on this low high here, got broken. We had a steep retracement to the 61.8. As you can see, we retraced to the 61.8 area. We broke out of the channel. So as you see, my last video was when I had the price held up at the 38.2 because also I saw that the MA crossed. But when it did that, as you can see, it did not break after going above. It didn't break after, it didn't break a significant high. It kept on making lower highs. So it was still retracing. It wasn't already low highs. That's a triple top right there. Kept on making low highs. If you look right here, this has been tested. If you look at the time frame here, this random line here, you can see that look at like a break, but tested on the weekly, on the daily, sorry. So it was still being bearish at the time until we reached here when price made a lower high, then we made this higher low. So after making this higher low here, now it gave the indication that price wants to, possibly go bullish. So said, so done. We broke the level of resistance, which is this. Now that we broke out of that level of resistance there, we can see that, we're looking for H4 structure would have started to push to make that daily high. So we had a 61.8 on the H4, we had a high. So now the fib that we do have from here to here would be this area right here. So once price makes a resistance up here, you can retrace to any of this level. As you can see, I do expect it to kind of test the back of the trend line. So something like this is possible of happening, like that, come back here. But you have all these room until up to here to retrace. You know what I'm saying? So it can come right there, back of the trend line. You never know what is possible, but we're just going to react to what price does. So, I'm not expecting for US30 to make a higher high based off of structure being broken for the daily. And we're going up to that daily high, which is right here, as you can see. So pushing out of this resistance here and getting back to, as you can see, flowing back up to the uptrend. As you see, we came out of an uptrend based off of technicals. You can see this trend line here, all that bearish move. We touched the back of the trend line. We're pushing up, clear up all that noise. Also, I can show you that this here is tested. Bearish, doji, bullish on a weekly, monthly, one level of support. All these different things, candlestick analysis. And these things are what I'm looking at to see that, price is maintaining a support here after breaking out of this, coming out of this downtrend. As you can see here, we held one level of support. It just looks like it's broken, but it's tested. As you can see, bearish, doji, bullish candle on the weekly. As you can see, and also validate that also. This is the last low high, and we broke above. So yeah, that's it for US30. So the markup that I would have had, let me just put it back real quick. A bit. And yeah, that's it. So that's the markup for US30. We're currently at the 61.8 retracement, as you can see, and we're looking to make a new high, right? So that's that for US30. I'm going to look at NAS. NAS is all overbought. Not really overbought per se, but it's already made it high already. So as you can see here, let's grab the chart. And this the last pullback that we did have, the daily, would have been this, the 38.2. Remember, I just did a video on this also. So this was H4 structure to make the higher low. We had the 38.2. We pushed all the way to TP1 and TP2. So now I have a new fib for NAS. I'm expecting price to make a resistance up there on the higher time frame, such as the daily and weekly, and then we have all this room to retrace. Also look at how the daily MA is acting there. Could be a trend line opportunity like this. Something like this is possible for it to come back right here. Also look at the weekly, crossed under. So by the time price reach down here, this is going to kind of curve up. As you can see, it's going to have a little curve. So by the time price reach back down there, you never know what's going to happen. It may come back to this level of resistance. As you can see, that's all one aggressive push on the weekly. So for me personally, I wouldn't really take advantage of any buys right now because it's high. You know what I'm saying? It can be taken. Don't get me wrong. You know, all low time frame is still being maintained, but I'm expecting a downtrend to happen. So in order for that to happen, we have to break the last high low. Right, so once that happens, I'm gonna take, start looking for sells, something like this, boo, 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 like that, and get down there. So H4 is gonna create structure to make that daily higher low. So that's for NAS. The next pair would have been AU. So I'm just gonna use another chart, fresh chart. For AU, as you can see, monthly, weekly on a downtrend. We're still flowing. We're at 100% from this last low high. Within this last low high, we had two low highs so far. We had this one here, which is a 38.2, push made a new low. We had the last fib from here to here, all that 23.6 is. This is a 50% retracement. We made a new low, right? So once we made that new low, right? Now we have a new fib from here to here. This is H4 structure because we're going towards that daily target. The daily target is for this to make the overall downtrend, which is going to be the overall lower low, which is going to be down here. So all this is the daily structure, but obviously this is AU and it's a slower pair. So it's going to take some time to reach down there. So what we're doing is taking advantage of H4 structure to get down this. So all this is H4 structure. Some people don't look at it as daily structure, but I know where I'm at on the high time frame, which is the daily. So I'm at 100% retracement. Within 100% retracement, we had two lower highs. We had this one here, this first one right here, as you can see. All right, so we had this to this. I'm gonna zoom in so I can show you quick. Is that we had low high, that's the 38.2. We made a new low. After that, we had, as I just showed you a while ago, it's all these were 23.6s, 23.6s, and then until we made this new low, and we retraced to the 50%. So, well, let me see. Hold on, let me just go to the daily just to clear it up. Just do a little bit better. Yeah, so 50%. And had the fib, depending on where you have the Fibonacci, but if you had it like up here, it'd be like a 38.2. The median would be here, but if you had it at the top of the wick, it's not be a 38.2, basically. So yeah, so that's for AU expecting to make the lower low, which is going to be down here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the pairs. Those are the main pairs that I do look at and trade. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All these are my different, my little, things that I mess with now and then. Like GBP CAD. GBP CAD is going to make a new lower low on higher time frame. Definitely monthly. I'm using a monthly time frame to analyze this. We would have had a uptrend, retracing, right, after making a new low. And as you can see, the daily, we would have broke structure on the daily, and we had our third. So we're gonna make a new lower low for this, which is starting this downtrend here. So it's at 38.2 right there. We're expecting to make a new lower low, which is gonna be right here. So like 259 pips. So once we make that new lower low, then we're just gonna keep making lower highs and lower highs until we reach to that overall target, which will be on the monthly. But again, I'll keep you guys posted and keep my views up to date so that we can track everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. And yeah,